In about a month and a half, I wrote the first draft in an apartment in Santa Monica on a $42 manual typewriter, and I had no idea what was going to happen to that. I had never published a book before in my life. I had dropped out of Hofstra University on Long Island, moved out to the West Coast, and eventually joined the Vietnam Veterans Against the War. I was arrested, I think it was 11 or 12 times, thrown out of the wheelchair twice by the police, and my story would have never been told. I joined the Marines out of high school. I believed, I remember John F. Kennedy, it's in the beginning of the book. Ask not what you can do for your country, ask not, what was it again?
Your country can do for you.
What your country can do, what you can do for your country, and I took it to heart, as Ray did as well. So many of us did. We believed. We wanted to serve our country. And I went, and I knew I might be risking my life, especially when I volunteered to go back the second time. Our fathers and our mothers, both my mother and father had served during World War II in the Navy in Washington, D.C. They had never gone overseas. But my father signed up immediately that Monday after Sunday, December 7th, 1941. My mother the week later, my mother joined the Waves. And I went and I believed and I trusted. I trusted this government. And I gave 3/4 of my body in that war. I'm grateful to be alive every day. I'm grateful to be with Ray and Oliver and Bob. They're heroes of this country. They are, truly. Heroes. And their truth will be heard someday. They are now in this place, right in this room. They are moving us toward a better day. They are leading us already. They are leaders already. They are beginning to lead America in a different direction. We need to move in a direction we've never moved in before. We need to have the courage to move in that direction. We need to, if we have to peacefully all come together, we need to create a new beginning in this country. Martin Luther King talked about saving the soul of America. We need to do that. We need to think beyond this party or that party. We need to recognize we are all Americans, we're all human beings, we're all citizens of this country, and we are citizens of the world. We're all part of each other, and we need to have a whole new understanding. But you are looking at the leaders of that. If there's going to be a movement, if there's going to be a whole new beginning in this country, and God knows we need it, these men will provide that leadership, and I'm proud to be with all of them today.
I had gone to Vietnam as a journalist before Ron enlisted, and I think, and before you got involved, and I went the first time in '64, I went 65, and then I went, anyway. My point was about the lying, and that's what we're really here, because this is a teaching. How easy it is to lie to people in a society that claims to be democratic, with a small d. How easy, I mean, I know from my own experience as a journalist, when I visited authoritarian countries, and including the old Soviet Union, but I was in many others. I was in Egypt at the time of the Six-Day War, and then I went over to Israel. I've been all over the world. And in authoritarian countries, you can count on most people knowing that the government is not telling them the truth. I always found that incredibly refreshing. You know, I mean, Pravda does not mean the truth, you know. It means what the party wants you to believe, you know. They're not naive. They're very sophisticated. They know how to work the system to try to get different information. But I think what is really disturbing is how easy it is to fool the population. I don't know if anybody's got the answer, and how easy it is to get the media to go along. I mean, it's absolutely staggering. And here, you know, I will say, regarding both of these guys, I'm no hero. I'm a journalist. I'm out there to get a story. These guys have pursued truth despite their calling. That was certainly not the demand of Hollywood to make the kind of movies that Oliver Stone made, right? And it was certainly not the demand of the CIA that Ray McGovern spent 27 years in. you know. And so we have the Snowdens, we have the Julian Assange. Without the whistleblowers, we know nothing. But the whistleblowers are what? 15, 20 people? It's amazing how few whistleblowers there are. And I'm not just talking about national security, how few whistleblowers there are at a university to explain what goes on, you know, why students get arrested, or why Columbia collaborated in, in the destruction of a student who dared argue a different position on Gaza